FX forecast for the week beginning 2nd of September. I'm going to be covering not too many pairs this time because I don't want to make too long a video. I want to keep it under 10 minutes, ideally a little bit shorter. But the Euro USD, it's got lots of bearish things about it. We've got inside day bars here, and as you know, we're below, so that would have there's some support break there. And there isn't actually any inside day bars below for a long time, so there isn't any support. Got a sloping down 200 day, and the stop loss cluster is 109.74, so keep an eye on that on the open. And the one above is really far away at 111.65, 77% long. And what I've got, a new addition on the FX SSI is just the profit ratio, and at a high level, what happens is that if the profit ratio goes up too much, then there's something wrong because the odds are never in the favor of the retail. The casino always makes money. So if the profit ratio goes up over time, and that's like a bit of a warning signal because we're not allowed to get in too many chips. We have to always be losing, or the retail crowd anyway, not us because we're doing the opposite. So if that goes up, that's a little bit of a warning sign. For that reason I explained. Now here we've got the my FX book line pointing up, which makes it a sell, and a lot of them are pointing up over time. Now the time is the key factor. It's not so much of it static. You look at that, but it's what they're doing over time across that axis. So there's lots of bearish things about it. Put the Heiken Ashi candles on because they help. So that's, and also the medium volume line as well, which is something that I've been looking at. It's a really good thing to have. It's just like you can use it as an indicator to sell off of. See how we touched it there, the medium volume point. So that's just another thing from the derivatives indicator, which is really good, the medium volume point. So once it touches, it becomes a sell, especially we've got the 200 day. See, that would have been the sell. So that's the Euro USD. So keep an eye on that stop loss cluster. It's 10 pips below. If we scroll down, there's one here. That area, 109.15 ish. So we go to the pound now. Likewise with the medium volume point. See, the 200 days pointing down. It's a bearish ratio, and the sentiment over time has been bearish for a long time. And again, this profit ratio is going up, so that's a little bit of a warning sign over time. These are inside day bar supports, which you'll note that the pound USD has, but the Euro USD does not. So we have these supports, these inside day bars. So 121.11, 121.04, 12041. So we've got three supports on the daily inside bars, whereas as I say, the Euro USD does not. So I think the Euro pound is going to fall because this has support, and it's less bearish as well on the sentiment. But we have a sloping down 200 day, and as you say, the ratios are bearish too. So I think the Euro pound will be one to look at this week. I'm going to sell it. I'm going to put the signal out possibly tomorrow. Go to the gold now. Likewise, we've got supports on the inside day bars with 50%, 50-50. See how we got the profit ratio there. That would be a warning sign that it's been, there's too many people making money. It comes down. And these dots are what happens when there's like a trap in place. So they're worth looking at too. So I sold this on the weekend. The stop loss there. So it's just a tight stop loss. If I get stopped out, it doesn't matter because I made quite a bit of pips over the week. So I use these inside day bars as my entry exit criteria, and be targeting 1507, 1496. Stop loss cluster 1535, 1515. So yeah, it's 50-50, so it can go any way, but it's broken this support here. The dollar and yen, likewise, we've got a support here at 105.58. The 200 days sloping down, bearish. My FX book line's interesting. See how they sold it. So that would make it a buy. But if we click on these others, kind of sideways, profit ratios sideways. Pending we break 106.43. We can test 105.58. Stop loss cluster 106.82, 106.02. And the median volume point as well. So we're below that, the median volume. So that would be bearish. And we've got a bearish ratio. Dollar CAD, 200 days up. Now the stop loss cluster above is because I'm zoomed in, I think. There we go. It's quite hefty. It's really large. It's probably talking about hundreds of millions of pounds of retail stops up there. But 133.52. So, but it shouldn't trigger. Oh, yeah. So it's bullish. So, yeah, these people are going to get stopped out. Yeah, so that's something to be looking at for definitely. 133.59. Stop loss cluster 132.17. Now, what we'd want to do, we'd want to open the trade above 132.93. So there's an inside bar on the daily period. That would be your entry, and then your exit 5-10 pips stop loss. Because once we've broken that, it should use it as a launch pad. That's wrong. I was doing the wrong things. Click this one. So there's your entry there. 133.15, and then we'll trigger that. And then God knows it could just continue up. The ratios are really bullish, so it's a big buy. It has been for a while over time. Now the profit ratio is interesting. It's very spiky. As I say, if it's going up too much, then that's cause for concern, because the retail crowd shouldn't be profiting that much. It should always be like downwards or sideways. Euro yen. This is the last one. So we've broken the inside day, 117.20. Now this was my signal, my recommendation on Friday to sell below. Had you taken it, you'd have been 50 pips up. See there, 107.20. We close at 116.77. Ratios are bearish. All of them are signaling sell, apart from Saxo Bank. My FX book line just took off, so they really went bearish. They really went bullish, which is bearish for us. It's a little bit of an issue. We're below the median volume point and we're below the 200 day. Stop loss cluster below is 116.40, and stop loss cluster above is 118.55. And just a quick look at the euro pound. And I'm going to do that sideways. File windows. Oops. Right. So euro pound. Now the key to this is this level here, 90.33. Now we closed below. We're actually teetering on. Now this range here, so that green line and that red line, if we place a fib on that low to that top, 168 is here, and that 168 is 89.95. So I'd imagine it will come down here, and because we've broken the round number, that will get lots of retail interested, and so it will probably bounce around, but it should hit this, and hopefully it would fall, because I'm selling this, as I say earlier, and we won't actually have any inside day support for a good while down to here, so like July. So That's your levels there, and then that 161.8 projection is there, and the pound USD. And I'll just go back, we are below the Kumo as well. We've broken below the Kumo on the pound USD. And as I said, we've got these supports on the inside day too. So I think the euro pound would be a sell. This could be a buy if we find support on the inside day bars. We're teetering on next month's pivot too. But that's a 10-minute video, not too long. Hopefully I covered all the stop loss clusters and trade recommendations and stuff. And have a good week, and keep an eye on these ratios on the spreadsheet too. They'll really help. And yeah, have a good week, and let me know if you want an order book. Don't mind at all. All right, cheers then.